Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. It is almost dusk. The beautiful fair maiden, with her pot to collect water, has come to the banks of the river, and for hours, with the pot beside her, she has sat on the banks of the river, waiting for her beloved to come. She waits patiently. Sometimes a tear in her eyes, sometimes a smile on her lips. Lost in his thoughts, she waits. The river Yamuna teases her by splashing upon the nearby rocks and spraying her face with droplets of water, making her look even more beautiful, and laughing away. Tells her that the dark one you wait for may not come. The wind blows her hair, the mogra from her plait falls into the river, and as she carries away the flowers, she again says, "Will the dark one come?" But she still patiently waits. Her strength is never to give up. And while she's sitting there, two strong hands gently blindfolds her. Upset, she turns around. Who dare touches the body of Radha? And as she turns around and she sees the one with the peacock feather, with curly hair, with the most bewitching smile, and those deep eyes, she melts into his arms. Her Krishna, her beloved, has come to her. But then suddenly she starts weeping, crying away aloud. Krishna holds her and says, Radhe, why are you crying? Are you upset that I took so long to come? Are you crying that I will go away? Radhe, I'll never leave you. But she continues to cry and cry and cry and cry. Krishna says, tell me, Radhe, what has upset you? And she says, nothing. Can't be nothing. What has upset you? Why are you crying? She says that before I was waiting for you, and there was only Krishna, 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 Krishna in my mind. When you came, all I could see was Krishna, 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 and nothing else. But from where did this thought, where did this Radha come in between? That my thought from Krishna went to Radha, that Krishna loves Radha. How can even Radha bear this much separation from her Krishna? How can Radha come in my mind where there was only Krishna? Even this much separation can Radha not bear from Krishna. This is called as ananyata. Ananyenaiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Even this much separation, that my thought went away from Krishna to the beloved of Krishna. This much separation Radha cannot bear, and therefore tad vismarane parama vyakulata. The moment of forgetfulness of Krishna, as we explained in the morning session, excruciating pain. Therefore the gopis of Vrindavan, therefore Radha, chose to remain distant from Krishna. And this viraha bhakti, this devotion in the separation from the Lord, in which every moment, every thought, every breath is nothing but Krishna, 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 Krishna. Therefore, when the gopis thought about themselves, it was Radha that who did not think. But even there, the moment the thought turns away from Krishna to the beloved of Krishna, that much separation also Radha cannot bear. Why? That even saints and sages like Narad Muni, Shukadev, and even Krishna himself would constantly just think of the gopis, Radhe, 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 because there is no comparison for their love. Even when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan, and the gopis at that time were weeping away, Krishna tells to the gopis that the love that I have received from all of you and what you have done for me, I do not think for countless lifetimes I can pay back. This Bhagwan is telling to the gopis, I can pay back to you. So I will not even try. I remain ever indebted to you. Ever indebted to you. This is the love of the gopis. And tell me, which shastras did the gopi read? This doesn't mean you should not read. You're not like the gopis. Which shastras did the gopis read? Which books of knowledge did the gopis read? What the gopis did was what is said in the Gita again and again and again by Krishna. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha. Who dedicates every action of theirs to me, self-controlled, considering me alone as the supreme, me alone that is worth gaining, me alone that is worth remembering, me alone that is worth depending upon, mat paraha. And for the gopis, the moment they woke up in the morning, the first thought comes to your mind is what? Chai, chai. Coffee, coffee. No? First thing they wake up in the morning is Krishna, Krishna. They go and take a bath. It is Krishna, Krishna. They churn the butter. It is Krishna, Krishna. They wash the cows. Krishna, Krishna. Milk the cows. Like this. Yeah. Like this, so even Kamsa used to say. That's why he also got liberation. Dar ke, Krishna, Krishna. These gopis get up in the morning, Krishna, Krishna. Milk the cows. Krishna. Last time I was here, I remember telling you to do it. Get up in the morning. Krishna. Wash the cows. Krishna. Milk the cows. Krishna. Heat the milk. Krishna. Hey, throughout the day, it became louder, not softer. Heat the milk. Cool the milk. Krishna, Krishna. Put culture in the milk. Krishna, Krishna. While the milk is settling down. Krishna, Krishna. When it gets ready. Krishna, when they are churning the curds. Krishna, Krishna. When they are churning the curds, I told you. Krishna, 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 Krishna. And when the butter comes out, Krishna. When they put it in the pots, Krishna. Even when they tie it up high, Krishna. Yeah. that they made the Lord of the universe into a butter thief. Yeah. That's why Bhagavan says, Tesham aham samuddharta mrityu samsara sagara. I will come to them. Otherwise, why would Krishna, the Lord of the universe, go to somewhere to steal butter? That's why Yashoda Maya could not believe. She used to say, there's so much butter in my house, Krishna to never eats. And the gopi said, because he eats in our house. There was no shortage of butter in the house. Yet, why did these gopis keep on coming to Yashoda Maya and complaining? Are your Kanhaiya, he comes, he unties the calves and he lets them free and the calves drink away all the milk of the cow. Yashoda Maya says, Kanhaiya, why did you do that? He would say, Maya, that calf was hungry. That's why I released the cow. And when the calf has had its milk, then he comes and drinks the milk. He comes to our house, he steals the butter. So Yashoda Maya says, but you to tie your pot so high. How can my Kanhaiya, little Kanhaiya, come and steal? And they say, he brings this whole gang of people. And he is the leader of that toli. He climbs over them, goes on the top, breaks the pots and makes a fondue. Yeah. Everybody is just eating butter, stealing our butter. Acha, children are afraid of dark places. Why don't you keep the butter in some dark place? Are, so radiant is your sun that wherever he walks in, there is light and light only. Like that, they would come and complain to Yashoda Maya. Sometimes Yashoda Maya, also listening to the complaints of the gopis, would go to Krishna and say, first of all, she would tell, go away, my son is not like that. Which mother likes hearing any complaint about their children? Even though they complain all the time about their children. But when somebody complains about their children, they get very upset, no? So Yashoda Maya also used to get very upset listening to the complaints of Krishna. And after listening, sometimes every mother must understand that you have to correct your child or not. Yeah. So one day she comes up to Krishna and says, Kanhaiya. Meanwhile, Kanhaiya is looking out. He said, now gopis have come here. If not, you get this children book, Butter Bash. Especially the big gopi, gopi auntie. Comes and complains to Krishna. And Krishna says, okay, now today is trouble. Maya is coming inside the room. So he's sitting outside, looking outside the window and talking to the parrot and telling the parrot, parrot, I have the bestest mother in the world. But today, Yashoda Maya is not thinking like that. She just comes and says, Kanhaiya. Says, yes, Maya. Did you steal butter? He says, Maya, what is stealing? She says, when you take something that doesn't belong to you, without asking someone, that is called as stealing. He says, I did not take anything from anybody that does not belong to me. Yeah? Without them wanting me to take it. So she said, then why are the gopis constantly complaining about you? Yeah? Why? Everybody is complaining about you. And Krishna knows. He says, Maya, it's because I am so cute, no? That all these gopis, they just want to come and see me. That's why they are coming here and complaining to you. Otherwise, what excuse they will come? He said, all the gopis? Yes, all the gopis. And that Yashoda Maya found out. That when she got One day she got upset when Krishna had broken all the pots. When she went to see the milk that was overflowing on the stove, leaving Krishna unattended in middle of his meal, he goes and breaks all the pots and into the house only. And when mother comes and sees it, and she sees him sitting on the mortar, feeding the monkeys all the butter that she has made, then she says, then the gopis were right. So she tries to catch him. Yeah? And this Kanhaiya keeps on running. And that Kanhaiya who cannot be tied by the yogis, munis, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Look at what Yashoda Maya is able to do. Yashoda ke nat khat bala, prem ki dori se bandne wala. Matki phode, kanha bhage, piche Maya dode. आगे आगे कान्हा भागे, पीछे मैया दौड़े. छोड़ूंगी नहीं, मारूंगी तुझे. छोड़ूंगी नहीं, मारूंगी तुझे. तूने की है चोरी, तूने की है आज चोरी. यशोदा के नटखट बाला, प्रेम की डोरी से बंधने वाला. डोरी लिए मैया बांधे, डोरी बहिरे छोटी. डोरी पे डोरी बांधे, फिर भी बहिरे छोटी. सोचे रे मैया क्या है रे भैया, सोचे रे मैया क्या है रे भैया. कान्हा तो मोरा छोटा, काहे ना बांधे इसे डोरी. यशोदा के नटखट बाला, प्रेम की डोरी से बंधने वाला. मैया हारी बांध के हारी, देखे रास विहारी. मैया के प्रेम को देख देख के कैसी रे लीला रचाई. जिसे न बांधे मुनि ज्ञानी, जिसे न बांधे योगी, उसी को देखो मैया ने डोरी से बांधा. उसी को देखो मैया ने डोरी से बांधा. यशोदा के नट खट बाला, प्रेम की डोरी से बंधने वाला. This is the scene that Kunti Maya, again and again and again and again in Srimad Bhagavat we find, Kunti Maya says that again and again I think about how Yashoda could tie that Krishna to the mortar. And that Krishna who cannot be bound by anybody, not even by any chains of attachments, that these gopis of Vrindavan, this Yashoda, ties him, knots him. Because every time she tried to knot him, the rope becomes smaller. It becomes smaller. It becomes smaller. But finally, seeing her love, Bhagwan got himself tied. So while she was running with the stick chasing Krishna, and now I'm going to teach you a lesson, and when she's trying to tie Krishna, all the gopis are weeping away, telling Yashoda, you don't do this to Krishna. It's okay. You all the time came complaining to me. Now that when I'm trying to correct him, now you are trying to tell me not to. And the gopis are crying away, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Then Yashoda Maya understands why the gopis would come complaining to the house, as Krishna said, because they just wanted to see him. Yeah? Every moment it was nothing but Krishna, 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 Krishna. And for them, there was no one higher than Krishna, that they were ready to leave everything, sarva dharman parityajya, by the mere call of his flute. They ran to him, knowing very well that he is the very Lord of the universe. That's why they say, na khalu gopika nandano bhavan akhila dehi nam antaratmadrik. Complete Vedanta is there. We know you are not the son of Gopika. Means Yashoda. You are that one witness, the one seer of everyone's thoughts, emotions. You are that consciousness in everyone. There's another way, gopis also complain. You can't be the son of that Yashoda. You can't be that darling of Yashoda. Because see, Yashoda is so kind and nice. Why are you so hard-hearted that you've left us and gone? Na khalu gopika nandano bhavan. And no, you are definitely not the one who knows all our emotions and thoughts. Because if you know what pain we were going through, or what pain we are going through, would you not, O compassionate Lord of the universe, who came down from the highest abode to remove the sorrow of this world, and those who love you, their sorrow you do not want to remove. Such is the pining of the gopis. But during the Ras Leela they realized that in this viraha, their thoughts are constantly on Krishna. And they showed the example of this viraha bhakti. There's another song, I'm sure Pramila ji must be singing that. Ik Radha, ik Meera. What is the difference in their satisfaction? What is the difference in their love? No? Ik jeet na mane, ik haar na mane. That Radha, that Radha, even if she has Krishna, she always remains feeling that she never has enough of Krishna. And Meera is one who never gives up. This victory and defeat in love is so unique. क्योंकि प्रेम में जो जीता वो हारा, जो हारा वो जीता. Whether I win over you or whether I lose to you, you are mine and I am yours. This is the love of Radha. Therefore, very often Radha and Krishna used to play many games. Chess game also they used to play. Dice game also they used to play. Yeah, they play also with those shells. Many such beautiful bhajans are there where they are playing, and she clearly tells them, okay, there's a deal. If you win, I am yours. If I win, you are mine. In this love, there is no losing nor winning, no dominion or victim. And that is what their love is about. And Krishna is ever ready to lose to Radha because he wants to be hers. Ever ready. Tad arpita akhila charata, tad vismarane parama vyakulata. One gopi was sitting on the banks of the river, weeping away, weeping away, weeping away. Radha comes there and tells the gopi, why are you crying, gopi? What happened? So she said, she was only weeping away. She couldn't even talk. She said, my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law. So Radha consoles her. Mother-in-law is also like mother. Sometimes they get nasty, but then, yeah. Your mother, no, let it be. She's also teaching you something, rather. She says, it's not my mother-in-law that I'm crying about. It's me. So she said, what happened? So she says, see, when my mother-in-law told me all these false things about me and complained about me and she scolded me, I got so upset. But my whole day went away. Whole day went away. Thinking of my mother-in-law on whom I was upset, that my whole day has gone away without thinking about Krishna. Tad vismarane parama vyakulta. One day, Narad Muni comes to Vrindavan, and there he sees this gopi meditating. And Vrindavan, as I told you, gopi only means one who through their senses only are enjoying the bliss of the Supreme Reality by seeing His form, hearing His music, by eating the butter from His hands, or feeding Him butter. These gopis, even now, people in Vrindavan, they don't like meditating. They are against meditation. Yeah. So Narad Muni is surprised to see this gopi meditating. And that also, like we meditate, I told you, no. What are you doing? Trying to catch my mind. She's like struggling in meditation. Narad Muni goes there. Narayan, Narayan. The gopi opens up, sees Dev Rishi Narad, guru of, even the devatas. She falls at his feet and says, help me, please help me, please help me. Naraji says, what are you meditating upon? Whom are you meditating upon? She says, you do not know. My condition is terrible, My mother-in-law is scolding me, my husband is scolding me, my children are all upset with me. So what happened? She said, get up. I'm lying down in bed, and from the window I hear, and he's calling me from the window. I go out to tell him, go away, go away. I go to the window, he's not there. I go outside and I see his footprints all over the house. What if my mother-in-law wakes up and sees that somebody has come there? I try to mop it, and wherever I mop from behind, somewhere he's coming. And again I have to mop. When I go quickly to have bath so that, I come absolutely ready as a dutiful daughter-in-law. I feel that from the crevices of the door, he's peeping at me. I throw my towel at him and tell him, go away from here, And I open the door, he is not there. I'm churning butter, he seems that he's putting his hand from behind me and taking the butter. But the fact is, he's not there. He's only in my mind, and I can't get rid of him from my mind. That's why I see him everywhere, all the time. It's just Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So I'm sitting here that for some time I can get him out of my mind. And Narad Muni says that which Muni Jnanis are not able to hold in their meditation. All of you Jnanis, no? Yeah. How long can you meditate? Krishna, 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 Krishna. After 2 years, for God, doing it in the morning and at night and in the day. And at the same time, you're meditating, Krishna, Krishna. Arey, that Krishna Kumar has taken 10 rupees from me, $10 from me, not returning it at all, and then going on these trips and these places, and then he's going to Paris. Paris is such a beautiful place. I should have gone there for my honeymoon, because the evening in Paris is so beautiful, and the coffee on the Eiffel Tower. Coffee nowadays, what coffee you get in these cafes, that Indian coffee, that coffee that you get, in South India, that yard coffee, that is so nice, Nowadays they don't even know. They just make, they say, yeah, nice filter coffee. What filter coffee? There's no filter coffee only. It is only brew coffee that they make, and they tell you it's filter coffee, Krishna, Krishna. We can't hold Krishna more than a second in our mind, and this gopi for a second cannot take out Krishna from her mind. That's why, Tahir ahir ki choriya chichiya bari chach pe naach nachave. Krishna is chasing these gopis, dancing for these gopis, just to get a little buttermilk from their pots. Because every action that they do, all the time it is just Krishna, 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 Krishna. And that butter, Gurudev used to explain, is the sattvic vasana that comes from doing your actions. Results of action will always come. But the end result of your action is butter. Which butter? That Navneet. That soft butter, white, pure butter. Such butter that also, whatever sattvic seva we do out of devotion, even there, the result of those actions, somehow or the other, we still get attached and keep them in pots and hide it. Because we can't get rid of our all desires. And therefore, Bhagwan comes. You made it for me, right? You made it remembering me, no? So Bhagwan comes and he breaks the pot. He steals the butter and he frees you from the bondage of your own result of your action, even your good and noble actions done with devotion, because there also the attachment is very subtle. But Bhagwan says, you did it for me, no? Now I will only take it away from you. You don't have to do. Tesham aham samuddharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Those whose minds are on me, I will become anything, even a butter thief, even a beggar. I will make anything. I will take any blame on myself also. Bole chor to kaham hai chor. I will do anything for my devotee. I will become anything for my devotee. At any time, sambhavami yuge, yuge. Yuge is not those long yugas, no? Every era. That's why sometimes people say, don't you think, Swamiji, is this war going on here, this going on there, those diseases going on, don't you think that Bhagwan should come now? Yeah. Why should Bhagwan come now? Tell me. Oh, Bhagwan should come. Really? Do you want Bhagwan? Is there anyone who can become the parents of Bhagwan? Is there anyone, in spite of any difficulties, challenges, temptations, like Prahlad, does not give up his devotion? Yeah. Bhagwan will come even for one Prahlad. Rama bhagat hit nar tanudhari. Sahi sankat kiye sadhu sukhari. Bhagwan will take avatar even for one devotee, will go through any pains and sorrows. 14 years of exiles in the forest, and as far as Krishna is concerned, we have little sorrow, little pain, little ill health. We make all our money on the stock market and then it falls a little bit. I don't believe in God. Gad, not God, Gad. I don't believe in Gad. Nobody wants you to believe in Gad. Believe in God. See how it is. For that one Radha, Bhagwan will come. For these gopis, Bhagwan will come. For one Prahlad, Bhagwan will come. For that one Draupadi, Bhagwan will come in the middle of the court, even as a cloth on her body. This is the promise of Bhagwan. Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Whose mind has become avesha in me. Just like that gopi who can't get rid of Krishna from her mind. That is called as avesh. Just like, Krodha avesh you very well know, right? Anger avesh. You become Mr. Anger. Or Mrs. Anger. Same way that Maya Veshita Chetasam. One whose mind has become immersed in me. Cannot get even rid of me. We are so obsessed about the world of objects. But one who's obsessed about Bhagwan. Maya Veshita Chetasam. Therefore, Mayeva Mana Adatsva Mai Buddhim Niveshaya Nivasishyasi Mayeva Atha Urdhvam Na Samshaya. Therefore, bring your mind to me. Bring your intellect to me. Mind means all your emotions and your love. Bring it to me. All your ideals, your goals, let it be me only. All your thinking. And that is called as emotional intelligence, which people are trying to discover in universities. Somebody told Radha, you are so beautiful. You are so lovely. You are even so mature. And look at that Kanhaiya. Yeah. Dancing on the street, Govinda, ala re, ala. Dancing on the streets, stealing butter, breaking pots, playing mischief. Yeah. You are so beautiful, you are so intelligent, you are so grown up and you are wise. What do you find on the street urchin? What do you find in this Krishna? That you abandoning everything, go after him. And he comes chasing you. He comes chasing you, but why are you falling for him? And she says, you don't know him. He plays all these childish pranks so that nobody will gossip about us because he's a baby. See how her buddhi works, how her intelligence works. That Krishna is playing these kind of boyish, like most wives complain, these men don't grow up only, Still we sit in front of the TV watching a, football match. And then eating popcorn and then go, yeah, screaming. But see how Radha sees in Krishna? He's being so boyish that nobody will understand about our love that's going on. That's how Radha is. Therefore, when Naradji, when he was once, he's a world traveler. He was traveling and he came across Vrindavan and he saw Krishna playing these games, begging the gopis, give me butter, give me butter, give me butter, give me butter. Hey gopi, give me butter. And these gopis are saying, well, if you want butter, then you dance for us. And this Krishna with his little anklets, dancing, chum, 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 chum. And then they give him just little butter. Then he says, give me butter, more butter. They say, you sing for me. And Krishna is singing for them. Then these gopis are cho sweet, and then pulling at his clothes also. Just like all these young girls go to these, rock stars and their sweaty t-shirts they take, and then they, and then he throws his little bit of sweat also. And, even now girls do these stupid things, right? And for Krishna, So they were also trying to get a piece of his cloth, a piece of this and that, and all that. And, that time Naradji is going there and he's saying, what is Bhagwan doing for these, swooning girls? What will people say? But then he's a devotee, he can't blame the Lord. These girls only are like that. Do they know the greatness of Krishna? Do they even know the greatness of Krishna? Who is he? First he said, what has happened to Bhagwan, the Lord of the universe, running around like, give me butter, give me butter, give me butter. Do these gopis even know whom they are making dance, whom they are making, how they are talking to him? So he had this doubt. Many years later, when Naradji once comes to Dwarka, he has seen always Dwarka, where Krishna is there is laughter, joy, happiness, and everybody in Dwarka is so welcoming, And he comes into Dwarka and he says, everybody's face is sad, everybody's running here and there, worried, anxious. So he kept asking, everybody says, don't talk. He goes inside, there he sees all the queens, including Rukmini. All of them are sad. All of them are sad. So he said, what happened? They said, good Devrishi, you've come. Devrishi, you have come. Please come here. You know all solutions. You only find. He said, what happened? They said, look at Krishna. He's rolling in pain. And Krishna is saying, screaming away, I've got a splitting headache. He's the originator of all headaches, including migraines. Yeah. So he's going on, I have a headache. He's just screaming away in pain. He's never seen Krishna like this. And these wives of Krishna, all the queens, including Rukmini, Satyabhama, all of them, they are panicking and say, Narad Muni, you can only understand the pain of Bhagwan, and you are the knower of all the sciences. And the list of sciences, if you read, that were there in India. Yeah. And today, you come here to learn it. Even now, the list of sciences that are available in our books of knowledge, which you call as scriptures, not just spiritual knowledge, but all the sciences that are there, from even cloning, and much more advanced than cloning. That from one stem cell, one fetus, Ved Vyasa created 100. Now that you've done cloning, yeah, it's possible. We also had it, yeah? You had it. But even what modern science today has discovered of cloning, identical, Ved Vyasa from one fetus created 100 different beings, is it not? Don't you think it's time that we look into our sciences with a new outlook? Look into our scriptures, even Bhagavatam and Mahabharata, where everything from cloning to multi-universes or multiverses have been said so casually, which means it was common knowledge. Now you know why Gurudev has envisioned this university. Such a huge vision it is. So Naradji, traveling through the universe. How was Naradji traveling through the universe? Oh, he was riding a flying carpet. Yeah. Naradji comes to Dwarka and they say, you are the knower of all sciences, including medical science. Teaching was holistic. Our life cannot be taken in parts. At least we must have a general knowledge of what diet. That's not taught to us in schools, but it was taught in schools. How to cook your healthy meal was also taught in Gurukulas. Including spiritual science was taught in Gurukulas. No? All these were taught. So they said, you are a master of all sciences, you know Ayurveda. Not the Ayurveda that is available here, Yeah, this, I think you've got Vata. You got Pitta. Yeah? And looking at your sides, you got Kapha. Yeah? Now for that, you can buy this Vata tea, this Kapha tea, and this Pitta tea. And when your grandmother, when you had fever, when she made you something and gave you, that's old-fashioned. Give me a pill. Give me an injection. No? Our grandmothers, I can't say mothers right now. Our grandmothers, they had their whole pharmacy in their kitchen. Because food is your medicine. And that food, that medicine which is not food cannot be a cure. No? Food only. So he had the knowledge of all sciences. So they said, you see, he went, you did not need expensive MRIs, CT scans. Yeah. For that, then you have to buy expensive healthcare insurance. Yeah. And since you've paid so much and at the same time you're not going to use it, that money lost in the whole year because you did not go to the hospital. Therefore, psychologically, you better fall sick so that you can cash on that medicine. Now, if for your headache, you could get just one rasam or what you call golden latte at home. Yeah? Haldi ka doodh. That the insurance is definitely not going to pay for it. So you go to the hospital. Then, since you have the insurance, why not do an MRI, do a CAT scan, put dyes in your body so that your kidneys will get affected. So then you can go to the kidney person and then he says that you take this medicine, otherwise your kidney will be bad. And for the heart, you have to have taken this dye which will affect your kidney. And now that you've got a kidney problem, now you do the kidney remedy so that your heart gets affected. For your heart again, you take a dye to check your kidney and the kidney gets affected. And now you've really cashed on your insurance, which you have already paid for. Why so many illnesses? Because you want it. Who wants? Arey, how will you get that importance that, CT scan was done, MRI is done? Yeah? And your simple headache is a migraine. He tested through the nadi. He holds Krishna's hand, which he doesn't get a chance to hold. So he holds Krishna's hand. And Krishna is saying, Narad, do something, Narad, do something, Narad, do something. And he tests. Nothing seems to be. He can't detect anything. Just like your doctor's MRI, you can do anything. You do. Nothing is wrong with you. Yeah, but I am so much in pain. But there's nothing wrong with you. So he says that. So he said, Bhagwan, you are unique. Your head is unique. Your headache is also unique. You are the knower of all knowledge. You tell me what is the remedy for your headache. Bhagwan says, and Bhagwan's remedies are unique. And they work, I'm telling you. Bhagwan says, if you can bring me the dust of a devotee's feet and apply on my head, how can that headache go, By applying some lap, by applying vibhuti. Try it, no? So he says, bring me the dust of the feet of my devotee and I'll get cured. Hare, he said, devotee's dust. Everybody has got everybody is a devotee here. So he went to the wives of Krishna, give me the dust of your feet. They said, we are wives. For us, Pati Parmeshwar. And our Pati is Parmeshwar. Not that you have to imagine. Yeah. We to take the dust of his feet as our sindoor. How can we? We can't even face our feet. Nowadays they are at their feet only, But we cannot place our feet in front of our husband. Understandable. They're, wives. How will they do that? So he went on asking everybody, and finally he got out of the palace. And of course, first he went, to those places where they had these big titles, 1008 Shri Shri Bhakta Shiromani. Yeah. Gadbad. Yeah. Ananda. Yeah. All that titles that they had, So he went to them, Mahapandits, devotees, Choti, Chandan like this, Chandan like that, Chandan like this, Chandan here, Chandan there. No. He goes to them and tells them that, I've come here, Bhagwan is in pain. Bhagwan is in pain? How can Bhagwan be in pain? And some very intellectual, if he is in pain, he can't be Bhagwan. Buddhiman, Shastragya. So he said, Bhagwan is in pain. Some devotee said that Bhagwan is pain. What are you doing here, Naradji? Do something. He said, I've come to do that only. What is the solution? Should we have a council for that? Yeah, let's get all the bhaktas together and see how we can remove Bhagwan's pain. He said, well, Bhagwan himself has said, if anybody were to give the dust of their feet and would be applied on his forehead, these Mahapandits, Shastragyas, they are telling, this is Narad Muni, you are the knower of all dharma, etc. We don't even put our feet in front of the Lord, and we take the dust of the feet on the Lord, on our head, to put the dust of our feet on Bhagwan's head. Do you know Maha Papam? You will burn in hell in 100,000,432. Yeah. 100,462 years. They've done the calculations also. So many yugas in Naraka. And Naraka also has got grades. They've got class system. There is 5-star Narakas. There is minus 5-star Naraka. In the worst hell, Rau Naraka. Names are also there, I tell you. I know there is hell. There are categories of hell also. Patal, Sutal, and in that also Rau Naraka, Kumbi Pak. Any idea? You should read. You will be in the worst of hell. How can we even think of that? Naradji thought, yeah. Anyway, wherever he went, he even came to Yamunotri, the source of river Yamuna, and said, all you devotees, can any one of you give dust of your feet? See, nobody said yes. Because who wants to go to Rau Narak? Yeah. What you have to go? You are already there. Yeah. It couldn't get worse. Nobody gave their dust till finally he came to the banks of the river Yamuna. Therefore, Yamunotri should flow. Came to the banks of the river Yamuna. And there, he sat there, sad that he's travelled round the world but could not bring a little dust for Krishna's headache. That moment, Radha comes to fill water, and from a distance she sees a brahmachari. She sees, and she comes close and sees Devrishi Narad. Devrishi Narad, she falls at his feet and says, have you met Krishna? Have you seen my Krishna? How is my Krishna? And looking at Narad's face, she said, what happened to my Krishna? He said, Krishna has got a headache. He just said that Krishna has got a headache. She says, Krishna has got a headache. What are you doing there? Go quickly, remove his headache. He says, you know, our Krishna is unique. His head is unique. His headache is also unique. So no ordinary herb or medicine. And she said, what are all the queens doing there? In Vrindavan, Krishna ate so much fat, so much better. Secret in Ayurveda. Yeah. These hot doctors tell you, don't eat fat. But what does it do to your brain? Many of the brain neurological diseases can be cured with regulated fat. That is ghee. Krishna ate so much butter here, he didn't have any headache. What are everybody doing there? Go quickly. He said, Arey Baba, Krishna is unique, his headache is unique. Then she starts crying, what is the solution? He says, if somebody were to give the dust of their feet, it could be applied on Bhagwan's forehead. Then she said, then why are you wasting time? Take from my feet. And she puts her feet right in front of Naradji and says, take the dust of my feet. He says, Arey, do you know what that means? It is how many million years? Huh? 562 million years, 562,562 years. Making it easy for you to remember. And Radha's reply is, even if I have to eternally suffer in hell, I cannot bear 1 second of pain of my Krishna. Now quickly take the dust of my feet and apply it on Krishna's head, because I can't bear that pain of Krishna. While Naradji is rubbing Radharani's feet and taking out the dust, and she's saying, take out more, take out more, take out more. Other gopis come and they see a unique sight. A brahmachari sitting there rubbing the feet of a gopi. Who is she and who is he? And when they come and see it is Radharani, nobody questions. They come to Naradji and says, take the dust of my feet also. If Radha is doing it, I will do it, Because it has to be only for Krishna, otherwise it will be nothing. He tells each gopi, how many years? 562 million. The others become insignificant in front of the 562 million years. And each gopi says, if it's for my Krishna, I'm ready to go through any suffering, but I cannot see this much suffering of my beloved. When we see love our parents and when children fight with each other, you say, I love our Guru, and whom the Guru loves, all of them, they fight with each other. What pain are we causing to that? These gopis, we cannot bear that much pain of Krishna, you take. And here Narad Muni is rubbing the feet of every gopi. And every gopi, take mine also. Arey, plenty of it is there. I think it should be sufficient. Why do you want to go to hell? I also want to go where Radharani is going. Take it. Finally, he who did not even get any grain of dust from anybody in the world carries number of gunny bags of the dust of the gopis, rubbing each one's feet and taking out the dust. And when he comes back to Dwarka, Krishna is sitting there, that Natwar Lal is sitting and playing with Rukmani chess game. And Narad Muni, after going round the world carrying these gunny bags, because each gopi in Vrindavan has given her dust. Carrying the dust, he comes to Krishna and Krishna is enjoying away himself. And when he comes and looks at Krishna, and then he looks at Krishna and thinks that again this Natwar Lal made me do all this. And Krishna just smiles at him and looks at the gunny bags. And Narad Muni remembers that these were the gopis of Vrindavan that he doubted. And Bhagwan made him rub the feet of every gopi to understand what love is. And that's why Narad Bhakti Sutra, when Naradji says, Yatha Vraja Gopika Nam, not only every action was dedicated to Krishna and a moment of forgetfulness of Krishna, not physical separation from Krishna. A forgetfulness of Krishna was excruciating pain for them. That's why they were ready to remain separate from Krishna but not forget Krishna. They were ready not to have the company of Krishna so that every action they do should be for Krishna. But then was it not just a blind, crazy love for that charming enchanter? And there Naradji says, no. Because in a love of a paramour, it is only for your selfish lust. That you don't care about your family, you don't care about even your lover. It's only for oneself. But as far as the gopis of Vrindavan is done, they did all their duties towards every family member, even towards society. But for them, all duties were for Krishna's sake. Yet, is it not still a love of another? And he says, no, because they never forgot who Krishna is, Jagatpati. And what is the evidence? And he says, because in the love of a paramour, if lusty love, it is all about me, my feelings, my enjoyment, my gain. What about me? But their love was the highest love. And what is the sure sign of love? Tat sukha sukhitvam. Finding happiness in the happiness of the beloved. That these gopis were ready to take up every suffering. All of you also do that. But could not see the suffering of their beloved. Such was the love of the gopis. Such was the love of Radha that all the gopis also followed. And therefore, even Naradji cannot find any better example than Yatha Vraja Gopikanam. And that section of Narad Bhakti Sutra, that what is the sign of love? And how the love of the gopis was not for some other man, but it was for the Lord of the universe. And that too also without a trace of want. Without a trace of want for themselves. That they were ready to even bear the fire of separation, which is more excruciating than death itself. That these gopis were ready to bear. Therefore, Radha jeet na mane, Meera haar na mane. And this is the sure sign of love. Yeah? Jo tum todo piya, main nahi todu, toso preet todi Krishna, kaun sang jodu. It is one of those gopis only who did not, hearing all the people's talk about Krishna and not knowing his glory, did not hear the call of his fruit. And when she saw his glory, when he picked up the Govardhan mountain and became Giridhari, and she realized, who are these people? Who is the one these people were criticizing? Who are the ones to whom they made all these comments about? That she died for him to give one look to her, which she did not get. And as Meera, she kept on pining. Darshan dijo aaye. Tum bin rayo na jaye. She became darshan pyasi. Yeah. And Radha was viraha pyasi. She had never enough of Krishna. Meera wanted just one glance of Krishna, that for which she dedicated her life. And Radha, her satisfaction is in constant dissatisfaction. Because in love, there is never enough. You say, now enough. She always remains thirsty for love. And what love? To give her love. That is Radha. So these are the beautiful aspects of love which we can learn. And in all our relationships, if we can see Krishna in your children, Krishna in your spouse, Krishna in the world around you, and do all the work, the service of the people, the service of the Lord of Lords. With that attitude when we work, and that is what Bhagwan tells to Hanuman when he says, Bhagwan, I did not recognize you, how come you forgot me? Bhagwan said, well, Bhagwan doesn't criticize, but Bhagwan just says, you kept yourself covered as a Brahmin. The veil or the mask is on your face. I am not hiding, I am what I am. But he says, I am foolish, I am under your Maya, I did not recognize you, Bhagwan. That is but apt. But did you not recognize your devotee? And Bhagwan says, how can I forget my devotee? I only have come to my devotee, no? My devotee did not recognize me. So ananya jaake asi mati na tarai Hanumant मैं सेवक सचराचर रूप स्वामी भगवंत. That is my Ananya Bhakta who never forgets that this entire world is the form of my Lord and I am ever in His service, His sevak. And that is the quality that we see in Radha and the gopis. In the blueness of the sky, they saw the depth of their Krishna. In the clouds, they saw his curly hair. In the sun and the moon, they saw the brilliance of his eyes. Jidhar bhi dekho, jahan bhi dekho, bas Krishna, 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 Krishna. Where can Krishna be ever separate from such devotees? Therefore, Radha, Krishna, 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 Krishna. And what separates us from the Lord is not the Lord who is everywhere, all the time with us. Even after gaining knowledge. Why? Because our thoughts are on the finite, not on the infinite, who is everywhere, all the times. That's why when Gurudev left from Washington DC for San Diego, that child asked Gurudev, when will I see you again? He said, look into your hearts and you will find me there. Yeah? That love of Radha, if we have, Krishna can never leave. Krishna can actually never leave anybody. He is all pervading. But if you want him to come with more mukut, pitambar sohe, galave janti mala, with his flute, then get up in the morning. Brush your teeth. Have your shower. Heat your milk. While you drink milk. When you eat your cereals. When you feed cereals to your children. Yeah. Or a hot breakfast to your children. When you go to work. When you come back from work. Till you go to sleep. Do it now. And see how wherever you are, He will be coming. So place Radha in your heart, and with that Radha-like love, call out to Krishna. How will He not come? When Radha calls out to Krishna, Krishna has to come running. Gopala Radha Lola, Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola Nandalala Jaya, Jaya Murali Lola Nandalala, Keshava Madhava Janardana, Vanamala Vrindavan Bala, Vanamala Vrindavan Bala, Murali Lola Nandalala Jaya, Jaya Murali Lola Nandalala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandalala, Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola Nandalala, Jaya Lola Nandalala, Keshava Madhava Janardana, Vanamala Vrindavan Bala, Murali Lola Nandalala, Jaya Jaya Murali Lola Nandalala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandalala, Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola Nandalala, Lola Nandalala. बोलिए राधावर कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोलो राधे 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 राधे। So tomorrow we'll be meeting again from morning onwards, various pujas. It's the anniversary of Radha Krishna. Bhagwan likes having his anniversary every day. We celebrate once a year. So each place we have once a year celebration of Bhagwan's anniversary. Because he wants to get wedded to Radha every day. So tomorrow is their Kalyanam. So do come, all dressed up, all ready, bring your family, and we can have our Radha Krishna puja. Any announcements?
Hari Om. What a beautiful, sublime satsang we had. Just don't feel like talking after that, but thank you, Pujya Swamiji, for taking us to such heights of devotion. Just beautiful. We thank everyone for joining us, and we hope to see you tomorrow. But just in case you're not able to, or tomorrow you have a tight schedule, we have the opportunity to offer the Guru Dakshina. So we have our envelopes here and the prasad. So after the arati, we will be giving, we'll have the opportunity. But tomorrow also, we have Guru Dakshina after our final discourse, which will be right after the puja. So puja begins at 9 a.m. And if you'd like to be a Yajman, Mukhya Yajman, Annadan sponsor, please see the lobby sevaks and they will sign you up. If you've already signed up, thank you very much. We also have a daily arati offering. So today also, if you'd like to offer arati, we will be having the arati just now. And the arati thalis are there near Sri Tapovan Maharaj picture on the left of the altar. So and those who have already signed up, please take the arati thali and do the arati today. All the sponsors that have signed up. So we will now do the arati, and then after that, Pujya Swamiji will be here for the Guru Dakshina. If those of you need it, we will keep the envelopes down here. Thank you.